Hey guys, Weeby News here, and today we have some super exciting, huge news. The very secretive Limit X Despair project that was announced a while back as a collaboration between Kodaka of Danganronpa and Uchikoshi of Zero Escape and AI Somnium Files has finally been revealed at Nintendo Direct. And let me tell you, it is very Danganronpa coded so far. The game is set to release early 2025 for Switch and PC through Steam. The summary is as follows. Takumi Sumino is a totally average teenager living in the Tokyo residential complex, a place where every day is much like the last and nothing bad ever happens. All that changes when freakish monsters attack the town and start wreaking havoc. A strange creature appears and offers Takumi the power to protect those he holds dear. All he has to do is stab himself in the chest. The next thing he knows, Takumi is in Last Defense Academy, a school in the middle of nowhere surrounded by a wall of otherworldly flames. He and 15 other students have been drafted into the Special Defense Unit, a team tasked with keeping the school safe for the next 100 days. How much are they willing to sacrifice to take back their normal lives and save the world from the grotesque school invaders? So yeah, as you can see, 16 students trapped in a despair-filled academy. Students dying. And a goofy school headmaster. Close enough. Welcome back, Danganronpa. I know people are gonna get mad at me for joking about this, and I know it's not really new Danganronpa, but like, if they want me to stop calling these games Danganronpa, then they gotta stop making these games that are basically Danganronpa, except not. Like, even the cast of characters look so reminiscent of Danganronpa. Like, we got Sporty Girl, we got Buff character, we got Goofy Little Guy. Like, come on. Like I said, this is the Limit X Despair title that was announced a super long time ago. And looking at the old art from that announcement and comparing it to the trailer that we saw now, it's pretty interesting how different it looks now. Like, for example, it almost seems like the main character used to be female and they changed the character to being male later on. I am really wondering what happened to this fat raccoon though. I'm gonna be so sad if they cut him from the story. But anyways, moving on, let's talk about the details of this game. So the characters have to survive 100 days in this defense academy, fighting off what appears to be these demonic monsters. From what we can see of the gameplay, the combat looks pretty similar to that of Fire Emblem. I'm unfortunately not super familiar with those games though, so I can't comment too much on it, but I do have a lot of friends who really love them. It's also mentioned in the press release that there are 100 extreme despair-filled endings, which in my opinion definitely kind of shows Uchikoshi's influence, but it also makes me wonder if we're the ones choosing who lives and dies through these battles. So like, for example, I'm wondering if we like lose a companion in battle, if they'll have like officially died and stay dead for the rest of the game. I think it's pretty likely considering that there is so many endings. I'm also curious to know if there are some deaths in the game that are unavoidable and intrinsically ingrained into the story, like maybe the very first death, since that's the one that appears to be alluded to in the trailer, but we'll just have to wait and see on that. Next, I want to talk about the Headmaster. Obviously, his title as the Headmaster is similar to Monokuma's, but I do think he'll be an ally unlike Monokuma. His design also feels like a mixture of Shinigami's ghost form from Rain Code and Aiba's design from AI Somnium Files, since he looks a lot like Shinigami but is translucent like Aiba. It's kind of interesting to me that they seem to have combined two of their popular mascots. It also mentions that the Headmaster grants Takumi power and that the other students have specialist skills that you can use in battle. I'm also assuming that these skills were granted to them by the Headmaster. It seems like Takumi wields a katana with a red aura around it, while this buff character uses a motorcycle as his weapon, and we see another character wielding a scythe. I'm definitely curious to see what else their powers might entail, and I also suspect that these powers likely reflect their personalities. Like, for example, maybe the buff character was in a motorcycle game before all this started happening. Mondo Awada. Anyways, there also seems to be something similar to free time events in this game. You can even craft gifts to give to teammates in order to raise your bond, which is pretty similar to the gift-giving system in Danganronpa. You gain items to craft these gifts by exploring the wilderness and the ruins outside of the school. I also want to note that in the trailer, it mentions that the school is shrouded in secrecy, so I'm already suspicious of the organization that made this school. But moving on, the designs for the monsters are very, interesting to say the least. The main boss we see in the trailer looks like a demonic dragon dinosaur-like creature, while some of the others look like a meaner version of Teddy from Persona 4. There does also appear to be some monsters that are a mixture of the cute designs with the nightmare fuel elements too. My first reaction is that I prefer the monsters to be more uniform and all intimidating looking, but it does definitely fit Kodaka's style to have these goofy monsters mixed in as well, so I'm going to go into it with an open mind. By far my biggest concern with this game is the concept of it being 100 days long. I feel like anytime I've played a game that spans a long period of time like this, it tends to feel monotonous after a while. Like my very first thought was a Danganronpa summer camp game, since in that game, each playthrough is 50 days long, and those days definitely get pretty old pretty quickly. Another game that comes to mind is Inescapable, which also has a story that spans over 100 days, and I ended up dropping that one pretty early on because it drags so much. So I'm kind of concerned that they added the 100 days element because it's a very gripping idea and title, and that they didn't think about how it might affect the pacing of the story. I really hope that's not the case, but it's still definitely a concern that I have. But yeah, this will conclude this video. Let me know what you guys think about this game. Although I do have some concerns, I am still very excited for it, and will definitely be following updates for it. Danganronpa is like my forever hyperfixation, so I will always be excited for more games that seem similar to it. And yeah, I still feel like there's so much that I could potentially talk about too regarding this trailer, so let me know if you would like some more videos regarding it. Like maybe I could kind of deep dive into the characters and what I think about their designs and what their personalities will be. Please let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please do be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you do enjoy my videos. That kind of stuff just helps me out a bunch. And yeah, I will see you guys real soon.